Are we really gonna have a no-win champion, dude? There's no way we can allow that. We don't even have playoffs, and we're gonna allow like a fucking Austin Dillon moment to happen. How is that even possible? Like, what do you mean? Cyrus gonna kill us. Have we even established if he's in the mob yet? Have we even found that out? No? Fuck! Just, okay, well, fine, we'll just deal with it, okay? We'll deal with it. Hopefully he doesn't kill us. Alright, fine, shit, fuck. It's all been leading to this. This is the Season 1 finale of the S7 Cup Series at Homestead. I almost said Daytona, that's north. We're at Homestead, Miami Speedway. I'm your host for tonight, your commentator, Jaden Soho. And over the course of this season, we've met many of odd faces. We've met restaurant owners, mechanics, Mexican, and even women. A very diverse crowd we have in the S7 Cup Series, and it's only going to get even more diverse as we go into the first season of the S2 Cup Series. But first, we must talk about the three that have stuck out more than the rest. These three have won races, have had a blistering pace on the field, and have blistering consistency. I've almost said constipation. Anyway, sorry, I'm a little stressed out right now. I'm very stressed out, okay? Just look, all right, here's one of them. Your points leader, Billy the Papa Mac, in the number 6 Papa Burgers and Fries. He has finished second more times than I can count, and has finished in the top 5 more times than I can count as well. And that has led him to this point right here, where he only needs to finish 4 positions behind second place, and we'll get to him in a moment. But he only needs to finish 4 positions behind him to be champion. He does not have to win the race. He just has to finish right in the sweet spot. It is going to be a very controversial one, and he says he'd like to win, but if that's all he has to do, he will do just that to be champion. And who is second place that he needs to finish behind? It is Cyril Valenti, a winner of 3 races so far in the S7 Cup Series, and likely to be winner in more in following seasons. However, at Talladega, he blew a tire and DNF from the race, and the rule is if you DNF from a race, you do not get any points. So he didn't get any points and fell from 1st to 8th. And he's been recovering ever since. Promised that these next few races after would have been the best of his short career, and he's made good on that promise. Immediately winning at Texas, coming home second last week in North Wilkesboro, and he hopes to win, and hopefully hopes to find that 6th car 5 positions behind him. We'll have to see. As we look towards an underdog, a wild card in the number 11 of Henry Dunn. Oh, now it is a very big long shot, but he does have to hope that he wins the race and those other guys crash out or just finish way behind him. I believe the gap he needs is 5 spots. However, we will not find out until we get this thing started, so we send you trackside for the most famous words in motorsports.
Gentlemen, start your engine!
Jesus. Fuck. It's loud. Got another motherfucker saying gentlemen again. There's 2 women in the field. Goddamn sexist. Alright, now that we get the engines fired up, let's take a look at your starting lineup for today's championship deciding race. On the pole, Sidney Forsman beats out Cyril Valenti at his own game. This is Cyril's one of his best tracks, or at least the best type of tracks, and Sidney beat him to the punch. Sidney will be starting pole for the first time in her career to her outside. Like I said, Cyril Valenti looking to be champion. Now we already discussed what he has to do to become champion, so we're not going to get into that right now. Row number 2, Jared Evans will start to the outside of Jay Soho in a repetition of his best start so far. this season in row number 3. It's a Mac and Co. lockout. It's literally the Mac and the Co. It's Bob Quigley to his inside of championship contender, the number 6 of Billy the Papa Mac. And in row 4, right behind him, it's going to be Ryan in the number 2. Finishing one lap down last week, looking to recover, looking to bounce back and end the season off right where he started, winning the first race of the S7 Cup Series. To his outside is another championship contender, Henry Dunn. In row number 5, it's going to be Robin Hale, scoring top 10 after top 10 after top 10, still somehow remaining in the top 10 in points, almost like his car number, but cut in half. To his outside is Casey the Beast O'Malley, no longer a points contender after North Wilkesboro. A championship contender, I should say, not a points contender. No longer a championship contender after North Wilkesboro. Unfortunately, we'll have to look to bounce back next season. In row number 6, it's gonna be Jose Estala in the 21. Cutoff line contender, hoping to get above it today, but it's going to seem unlikely as he might need to win this race just to get out of it. To his outside, Rob the Scallion Dines, the winner of Talladega just a couple weeks ago. In row number 7, it's Eric the Donut de Perez. He got a stern talking to from his spotter last week. Let's see if he can turn it around and turn it into a win, or something slightly behind that. I don't know. Fuck. Into his outside, another bubble driver, Nicholas Quinley, right on the cutoff line. I believe he has to finish, in the top 10, and hope the other drivers do not finish there as well, and or just win the race. It's gonna be a very uphill battle for him, and we might just see him in the S2 Cup Series in Season 1 for that series. In row number 8, just behind them, it's going to be the number 8 of Ray Moore, still running the tribute scheme to Kyle Busch. He thought he'd finish out the season with this scheme, so he's still in that car. Right beside him, it's his teammate Nathan Stone, a bubble driver, just below the cutoff line, actually way below the cutoff line, I should say. Second to last in points, if I'm remembering correctly. Will have to win as well to get above it. If not, then we'll see him in the S2 Cup Series. In row number 9, it's going to be the Swift, the Cookquill. I can't say his name, but he's going to be starting in row number 9. Right next to him is going to be Mark Dunn, proving why nepotism doesn't work all the time. Unfortunately, well below the cutoff line, we'll have to win, or else we will see him in the S2 Cup Series. In row number 10, it's going to be Mark Zuzzi, almost the winner at Daytona earlier this season. Hasn't had the momentum go in his favor, has faded to the back of the pack, but looking to bounce back and finish the season off strong here at Homestead. To his outside, dead last in points, Joe Berger, unfortunately, will not be returning for season, or at least we'll see if he will return for Season 2 of the S7 Cup Series, but he will be making starts in the S2 Cup Series. And rounding out the field, unfortunately, a somewhat championship contender if everybody else crashes out, Danielle Rosales in the 72. Unfortunately, did not get a good qualifying run, and will start in the back. And if I forgot to mention before, the number 8 before this actually blew a motor in practice. So we'll just see how they adapt to their situation. Alright, as the field gets ready to go green, let's take a look at your race facts for the final time this season. It's going to be 27 laps around this 1.5 mile long racetrack. That's going to be 40 and a half miles, and 20 degrees of banking in the corners. Now, I mentioned earlier that this is Cyril's best type of racetrack. He dominated at Las Vegas, and he dominated at Texas Motor Speedway, both of which are a mile and a half cookie cutter racetracks. But this is a little bit different. This is the complete oval. So we'll just have to see how he navigates this. He's starting on the front row, so we'll just have to see tonight. As they see the green flag, we're racing at Homestead, and in 27 laps, we will decide a champion. Sydney Forsman will come around turn 4 to lead lap 1 as Zara Valenti follows very quickly behind her. Behind them is going to be Billy DePapaMac and Jared Evans in the number 1, running in 4th and 5th, and Jay Soho's drop down to, or I should say 3rd and 4th. Jay Soho's dropped down to 5th with Henry Dunn following closely behind Billy DePapaMac. Like I said before, only has to stay behind within 4 positions. A very big cushion for him today, but it's possible that he falls out of that cushion. So we'll just have to see. He's racing the number 1 hard. He wants to win. He said on and on about last week and this week how he wants to win if he wins this championship. He wants to be a winner in the season. He wins this championship, and so he's going to try his hardest as Jay So looking to make it 3 wide, maybe going into turn number 3. Maybe he thought better of it as the number 6 clears the number 1 of Jared Evans. As we look through the field, they are 3 wide as the 21 is in the wall back there, right in the wall. You take a look at what he did. Now, this is in a short track, and this is in Martinsville, so you can do that, I guess, but he lost a bunch of positions, now falling right in front of the 72 of Daniel Rosales. Unfortunate for him, he's going to be dropping down to the S2 Cup Series should he not make his way back up and win this race. Meanwhile, Henry Dunn he's a long shot. I said it earlier, he's a long shot in this race. Needs a lot of good things to go his way. The 7 almost makes contact with the number 1, loses a bunch of positions coming out of turn number 4. Not a bunch, but loses a position to the number 1 and to the 11 of Henry Dunn. But as I was saying, yes, Henry Dunn is a long shot, but he's still in it, and he said before the race started, he's just going to hope for the best, and if it's his time to shine, then it will be that way. And he's been distracted a lot with trying to get the sponsorship with Gear Wrench and the deal with Ray Moore and his race team to merge with his Dunn Motorsports. So it's been a very big distracting season. That's why he hasn't felt the performance that he's been accustomed to in the short track scene, but we'll just have to see if that turns around this race or next season. As Sarah Valenti has caught up to the bumper of Sydney Forsman. You saw right there, Jay So looking to the outside of the number 6 of Billy DePapaMac. Hopefully to get that position as we look through the field. There's Rob Biscallion-Dine's winner at Talladega earlier this season. There's the 72 of Danilo Rosales making up positions. Not really back down to last, unfortunately. Just didn't get the good qualifying effort. Then there's Joe Berger. A very stark contrast as we'll get back to him as it's lap 7. So it's time we remind you that the onboard highlights are going to be on the Jay Soho channel. Get to know what it's like to be an S7 Cup Series driver and ride along on board with the driver, the number 7 Converse Chevrolet, as he runs the tie line ripping top at Homestead. And now it's going to be lap number 8, and we'll take a moment of silence to remember the life and times of Kyle Busch. As the field comes around to take for lap number 9, to start lap number 9, we're looking at the 40 of Casey the Beast O'Malley. Did not have a good finish last weekend. Is no longer a points or championship contender, like I said earlier. So unfortunate for him, but he's still well above the cutoff line for the S2 Cup Series. Who isn't above the cutoff line is the man we're looking at right now, 45 of Nicholas Quinley. As they go 4 wide right in front of him. Hold up. Look at Ray Moore taking it 4 wide. They're back to 2, back to 3 wide with Mark Dunn on the high side. They ain't going to send it deep. Looking for a good finish to finish the season off well. He did not start the season off good. Some poor finishes at Daytona and at Phoenix. got a top 10 at his home track in Las Vegas. Got a top 5 actually at his home track in Las Vegas. Excuse me. But yeah, as we were talking about the 45, he is well below the cutoff line, or not well below the cutoff line. He's right on the cutoff line. And should things go well for him, maybe, just maybe, he'll be right above it. As the number 7 has caught up to the top 2 of Saro Valenti and the number 10 of Sydney Forsman. I was almost going to say Billy the Papa Mac, but that's not who's in that 10 car. The number 7, actually the fastest car in practice. Right behind him was the 10 of Sydney Forsman, and right behind her was the 76 of Saro Valenti. So these are we were expecting this. These are the fastest cars on the racetrack right now, and as they were in practice. Meanwhile, as the 7 goes to the top line, fighting with Saro taking the bottom, just a little bit lower than Sydney is running right now. As he comes up to shut the door, he's going to actually leave it back open. As the 7 gets the massive run, as we switch to the wrong camera. There we go, guys. Now side by side, Saro cannot afford to let him go. He needs to win this race. Should he to get him in the best spot to win this championship. But the 7 is gonna make it difficult, even more difficult for him than the 10 is already. The 10 has already. 76 will clear. Oh, the 76 will clear the 7 as the 7 almost gets into the wall. They're back side by side as the 7 gets down the run down the backstretch. And meanwhile, Sydney Forsman not really checking out as she was last week at North Wilkesboro. And speaking of that win at North Wilkesboro, that rejuvenated her. That gave her new hope. Gave her more motivation, and she immediately the next week slapped that thing on pole as the 76 and the 7 run right behind her. This is exactly what she needs to see, though. She needs to see them fighting for a second as the 7 looks to clear the 76. No, as the 76 of Saro Valenti clears, throttles up and gets the run coming out of turn number 4 to clear the number 7 of Jay Soho. Very nice battle going on right here. This is for all the marbles. The 7 not having a good season, first season in the S7 Cup Series. Unfortunately for him, DNF'd at Texas and did not get a good string of finishes like he wanted to, compared to where he started, especially at North Wilkesboro last week and at Texas. But looking to finish the season off strong as he clears the number 7, or the 76 of Saro Valenti. Now looking ahead to the number 10, ripping top. And now he's the only car that was able to rip top. Some of the other drivers just didn't feel comfortable getting that close to the wall, and this might be to the advantage of the number 7 of Jay Soho as Sydney Forsman runs about middle top. She's taking middle right there. As the 7 gets real close to the wall, not as close as, let's say, Kyle Larson would in real life, or in the Cup Series. Not in real life. This is real life. As we turn to lap 17, you know what that means. It's time to find out what is Donut listening about. I swear to God, if we miss this goddamn pass.
So, what Donut's thoughts are right now? I'm currently stroking my shit while I'm on my bed. You were kind of interrupting me, chat, while I was just doing my gooning sesh. But yeah, we're going to be chilling for the rest of the day now. Also, your boy Ryan, he's kind of like my boyfriend now.
Thank God this season's almost over.
Well, it never gets any easier listening to this godforsaken radio, unfortunately. But are we kidding? Are you fucking kidding me? We fucking missed the pass for the lead. Fuck! We missed the pass for the lead. Who are we, Fox? What the fuck is this bullshit? Come on, guys. That's everybody's stupid anyway. Are we seriously paying? No, do not go to commercial. Do not go to commercial. We do not go to commercial during live racing. Do not. Stop playing the music. Stop the music. Stop the music. Because that was the fucking music. We are not going to commercial. Fuck. Who are we? Fox? I don't care what the commercial is for. I don't care if we're going to go side by side. We stay green. We stay here, live color picture. We are not Fox Sports. Fucking, this is Soho and Carbs. God damn, we got a reputation to uphold. Fuck you. Sorry, apologies for the language. As Jay Soho has driven past the number 10 of Sydney Forsman on the top side, and meanwhile Cyril Valenti looking to the top as well, looking to get past Sydney. He could not earlier. He was looking this way and that way, trying different lines, but could not get past her. But now that she's in the dirty air, he seems to have a better chance right here as they go side by side down the backstretch and into turn 3 with less than 10 to go for Cyril Valenti and Billy DePapa-Mac. Remember, Cyril Valenti has to win this race and hope, pray to God that Billy DePapa-Mac falls behind the number 11, who is running in 5th right now. And they're racing hard. Sydney wants to get back to that 7, and the 76 almost getting into the wall there, coming out of turn number 2. Racing hard as the 7 ripping top, pulling a little bit ways away. Now 3/10 of a second lap, seconds in front of the second place as the 76 clears the number 10, going down the front stretch as they start lap 22. He's going to look to defend as the 10 is looking to strike back. She's going to get the run. Maybe. Oh, oh my gosh. Almost getting into the wall and then getting into the number 10 and turning himself off the nose. The 76 running on the rabbit edge, trying to get to the number 7 of Jay Soho to give himself the best opportunity to win this championship. He could not win last week. He could not, and he's trying to win today because he knows he needs to. This is his last chance. Meanwhile, we're gonna take a listen into this radio of the number 6 as he holds in front of the number 11.
Let me know what's happening in front, man. I gotta know. Am I in the sweet spot? I gotta know right now. Don't worry about it. You're right in the sweet spot. He's running second behind the 7. You're right in front of 11. You're right where you need to be, all right? Just nice and smooth from here on out, all right?
Straight and steady indeed. That's all where he's right in the sweet spot. Like I said, within 4 positions of the number 76 of Cyril Valenti. And meanwhile, the 11 trying everything he can. He's complaining about tightness in the turns. Unfortunately for him, and he's trying his hardest to get by that number. The number 6 wants to just finish ahead of him, maybe just out of matter of pride, but he doesn't really have a fight or a say in this championship like the 6 and the 76 have right now, as Jay Soho leads lap number 25 or number 24 and starts lap number 25. As we're getting ever closer to the boss, the big boss man, winning his first race, and the grand finale is going to be a really awkward call, but we're going to have to do it. As Sydney Forsman looks to get right back past the 76, she drives it in deep, almost hitting the wall there. Going into turn number 3, coming into turn 4, she's going to lose a bit of ground to Cyril. Meanwhile, Cyril complaining that his car is just too tight. It won't go anywhere. Does not want to move around that much. It wants to stay right there in that middle top line. As we go through the field, 2 to go. 2 to go. As we go through the field one final time, there's Casey the Beast O'Malley. There's the 72 and the 8. Meanwhile, the number 2 of Ryan Ramirez, the complete opposite of his teammate, running dead last as Jay Soho takes the white flag. One more lap to go, sponsored by Credit One Stank. One more lap to go for Cyril. One more lap to go for the 6 to become the first champion of the S7 Cup Series, unless that number 11 can get past that number 6 or the 76. Or just actually, that's it. That's the only thing that can happen for the 76 to become champion, as the 7 goes through turn 3 and turn 4 for the final time. Down the front straightaway, the number 7, Jay Soho, is the winner in the S7 Cup Series.
Come on, you gotta be to the line.
And as they round turn 4, side by side across the line, but it's going to be Billy the Papa Mac, your first champion of the S7 Cup Series.
Hey, Mac, you are the first champion of the S7 Cup Series. You are the man. You are the legend. First champion. Congratulations. Hell of a drive. There's so much, man. Henry. Oh, my God. What a drive. What a battle.
We're dead.
That was worth it. That was worth it. I don't care if we come in second or fourth. We don't win a race. I don't care. We're champions, man.
This is going to be procedure. Billy the Papa Max is going to get his time in the sun later after we look at the unofficial results. But meanwhile, the 7 is going to come around to burn it down. Fuck. The 7's going to come around and burn it down. It's taking a little sweet ass time. Absolute heartbreak for the number 76 of Sara Valenti, winning 3 races, just that one DNF costing him everything at Talladega. And maybe he wins at North Wilkesboro, and maybe he wins today, and he's still not champion. Who knows? Billy the Papa Mac finishes right behind him every time, and that's all he needed to do. He needed to, Billy the Papa Mac just needed Cyril to slip up once, and he never looked back after taking the lead of the points. As the 7 gives a Polish victory lap. A nice little way of honoring the person that he shares a number with, Alan Kulwicki. Just a little bit of trivia there, I guess. I don't know, but he's taking a sweet-ass time. If we can hurry this up. Can anybody tell him to hurry it up? Because we got to look at the unofficial results to confirm that Billy the Papa Mac is champion. Come on, guys. There you go. Come on. Well, shit. We're fucked, but it doesn't matter. We've had our Austin Dillon moment. At least we got it out of the way straight away. But the 7 gets to celebrate his first win in the S7 Cup Series. The series he helped start alongside the likes of Big D and other peoples like Rebecca. Yep. And you know what? It's about time, I guess, for him, as he has had a good amount of heartbreak from starting up front at Texas to falling all the way back and DNFing in that race to leading on a restart at Talladega. He'll go to victory lane as we take a look at your unofficial results for this championship day. Jay Soho wins a race at Homestead, and say what you want. The man who helped start this series, say what you want. Who cares? Doesn't matter. Sara Valenti and Sydney Forsman kept him on his toes, kept him honest. This entire race, he did not run away with it, only finishing about a half a second in front of Cyril. Cyril, a devastating loss. Unfortunately, could not recover from that DNF at Talladega, but I guess that's the rule. I don't know who had decided that was the rule, but that was the rule. Sydney Forsman comes in a worthy top 3. A good way to finish off the season after getting her first win at North Wilkesboro last week. Billy the Papa Mac, your champion, comes home in 4th, right where he needed to be, right in the sweet spot. Behind him, Henry Don, just barely by 1/10 of a second, just got beaten out by Billy the Papa Mac. Bob Quilly in the number 5, Billy the Papa Mac's teammate, will come home 6th. Jared Evans coming home in 7th. Robin Hale continuing and finishing off the top 10 streak, finishing 8th. Nathan Stone with a worthy top 10 to finish off his first season in the S7 Cup Series. Mark Dunn, first top 15 of the season, if I'm remembering correctly, if not for Daytona or Talladega. Joe Berger finishing in the top 15 again. I believe it's the second top 15 of this season for him. If I'm not remembering correctly, then fucking who cares? There's the rest of your field. Who really cares? Rob Scallon comes home 12th. Danielle Rosales rounds out the top 15. Casey the Beast O'Malley unfortunately drops to 16th. Mark Zuzzi 17th. Jose Estrella and Nicholas Quinley will be sent down to the S2 Cup Series with those finishes. And oddly enough, Donut and Ryan rounding out the field. We do not know what was wrong with them. Just an off day. Just looking to get the season done. Donut clearly wants the season done to spend more time doing whatever he does on his free time. All right, let's take a look at your final points for the final time this season. Hopefully it's not my final time. Oh, God. Billy the Papa Mac is your champion for the first season of the S7 Cup Series. All it really took was just Sarl slipping up and Billy the Papa Mac taking the lead from Casey the Beast O'Malley and never looking back. Henry Dunn comes in third in points after getting so close to actually making Sarl a champion, which would have been a crazy thing to happen, but that's not how it ended up being. Sydney Forsman, with her top 3 today, gets her up to 4th in points, passing the Casey the Beast O'Malley, Rob the Scallion Dines, and Danielle Rosales, who all fall down at least one position. Rob the Scallion Dines falling down to actually staying in 5th. Casey the Beast O'Malley dropping down to, I can't even find the number, 6th spot. And Danielle Rosales coming home in 7th to end off the season. Not bad at all for those few drivers who definitely have a future in the S7 Cup Series. Jared Evans comes in 8th. Goddamn, that's higher than that's 8. That's a fucking how many ever positions I thought he would finish in this in the first season in the S7 Cup Series. But oh well. And despite winning today's race, Jay Zoho is actually only rises up to 9th, still behind Jared Evans, but oh well, he'll just have to live with it. Robin Hale with his top 10 after top 10 season finishes, get this, 10th, fucking A. He finishes 10th to finish off the season. Moving on to the rest of the top 15, Bob Quinley, the second, finishes 11th in points. Not bad for him. Ray Moore coming home in 12th, honoring the great Kyle Busch in the number 8 car. Will be moving. I'm hearing rumors that they will be switching numbers, or there will be new numbers for either the number 8 of Ray Moore or the number 11 of Henry Dunn. But we'll just have to see about that. Swift, of all people, comes home in 13th, the highest finisher of the SRI duo. Ryan comes in after him for S7 Motorsports, finishing 14th. And Donut Perez somehow, someway, finishing in the top 15. And that's actually going to be a no gain for any of those 3 drivers. So back to the drawing board, I guess, for them. But at least they made it to the season 2, definitely to season 2 of the S7 Cup Series. And the final driver to make it to the S7 Cup Series of season 2, to guarantee himself a spot at least, Mark Zuzzi in the number 16 Zuzzi's Toyota, getting a good sequence of finishes these last couple of races, if I'm remembering correctly. I know I say that a lot, but we haven't really talked about him since Daytona, so he's kind of flown under the radar. All right, let's take a look at the drivers you'll be seeing in season 1 of the S2 Cup Series. Despite his valiant effort, Joe Berger will be the first driver, demoted to the Soho Cars S2 Cup Series. Just couldn't overcome that DNF at Talladega. Has been last ever since, and yeah, just unfortunate for him. And but he he's got the experience. That's the one thing these drivers have. That's the silver lining. They got the experience, and the cutoff line is way bigger in the S2 Cup Series to make it back for Season 2 of the S7 Cup Series. So now all hope is lost. The next driver to be sent down to the S2 Cup Series is gonna be, unfortunately, Nicholas Quinley. Fucking bars right there. Oh my god. Anyways, was almost gonna make it above the cutoff line, but then had a couple bad finishes at North Wilkesboro and here at Homestead. I can't remember. Oh my god. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit distracted. Who cares? Yeah, he will be sent down to the S2 Cup Series, while his other half, his teammate, was fighting for the championship earlier this season. But it's all right for him. We'll just have to see how he does. The next driver to be sent down to the S2 Cup Series, Jose Estala in the 21 J&J Racing Dodge machine. He'll be joining his teammate, driving, I believe, the 31, he said, Joaquin Estala, in that series. So, hey, brother duo. We'll see how they do. In number 18th, finishing 18th in the season in points, will be Mark Dunn. Just couldn't replicate what his father was doing on the other side of the field. Just looking to get back, looking to bounce back next season, and I hear there will be another car racing with him for Dunn More Motorsports in the S2 Cup Series. We'll just have to see who that is. And the final driver to be sent down to the S2 Cup Series, Nathan Stone, a driver of the number 9. He is not the driver that I was talking about right now, about the other driver for Mark Dunn. There's going to be a third car, yes, a third Dunmore Motorsports car in the S2 Cup Series. But we'll have to be on the lookout for who that will be. But as for right now, we know one of them, or the two of them, are going to be the number 9 of Nathan Stone and the number 13 of Mark Dunn. All right, well, I said Billy the Papa Mac will get his time in the sun, and here it is. As Billy the Papa Mac, your first champion of the S7 Cup Series, comes around to burn it down. We'd like to thank you, for all of us from Soho and Cars, for watching this first season of the S7 Cup Series. We know this is gonna be a controversial one, but we'd like to, it's okay. It's okay. I think we're gonna be okay. Season 2, I don't know when that'll start. The S2 Cup Series will start some point later this summer. We'll get back to you on that. There will be an update video, and yeah, so I'd like to thank you all for watching. My name is Jaden. So, oh God, who are you? What the fuck? What do you mean? Wait, no. Wait.